They were the faces of beauty, of elegance, captivating millions with a single glance. But behind the flash of cameras and runway lights, darkness lurked.
Marcella's toxicology report came back, and I guess they found heroin in her system, which is nothing that either of those girls would ever do, not voluntarily.
María José Estupiñán, brutally taken far too soon. Valeria Marquez, her dreams silenced forever. Dorothy Stratten, Agnieszka Kotlarska, Ruslana Korshunova, their names etched in tragedy.
I couldn't tell you the mindset of the person who would set another human being on fire. It is a brutal crime.
From rising stars to world-renowned icons, none were spared.
При всем при том, что это финансовый район дорогой, да, не нашлось ни одной камеры, которая бы могла зафиксировать. Это был день, нет ни одного свидетеля, который бы что-то видел и мог бы прояснить ситуацию.
This is a list of 16 models who were brutally murdered. Los Angeles, November 2021. A night of dancing and laughter turned forever dark. Christy, a 24-year-old model from Alabama, left a warehouse party in East LA and would never return. Surveillance and phone location data reveal she and her friend Hilda were carried from an unmarked black Prius without plates to separate hospitals. Christy was dead on arrival, while Hilda Marcela Cabrales Arzola lingered in a coma for days before passing away. Toxicology showed heroin as the main opioid, alongside cocaine, ketamine, GHB, and more, framing it unmistakably as a homicide.
Marcella's toxicology report came back, and I guess they found heroin in her system, which is nothing that either of those girls would ever do, not voluntarily.
After years of investigation, on February 4th, 2025, Hollywood producer David Brian Pierce, 42, was convicted of first-degree murder in both deaths. Jurors also found him guilty of several sexual assault counts involving 7 other women between 2007 and 2021. As of reporting, a co-defendant Brib did not result in conviction. He was sentenced to 148 years to life in state prison. Justice has been served, but only after the lives and dreams of both Christy Giles and her dear friend Hilda Marcela Cabrales Arzola were stolen. In May 2025, Zapopan, Jalisco, Valeria Marquez, a 23-year-old dentistry student turned beauty influencer, was live-streaming when violence shattered the frame of her online world. She had been building her brand on social media and sharing her future with followers when a masked gunman entered her salon mid-live stream. Without warning, shots rang out. In a matter of seconds, Valeria was struck in the chest and collapsed before her audience. The stream continued briefly, freezing dozens of viewers in horror until it abruptly cut off. Her death was officially categorized as femicide, Mexico's legal response to gender-based killings of women. News outlets reported an immediate wave of outrage, social media grief, vigils outside her salon, and nationwide calls for justice. Speculation grew that she may have received threats beforehand, though no evidence has confirmed this connection. Valeria's life wasn't just taken. It became a symbol of a broader crisis faced by women in public life. December 7, 2017. 18-year-old Dutch-Belgian model Ivana Smith fell from the 20th floor of a high-rise in Kuala Lumpur. Her body came to rest on a balcony 6 floors below. Authorities initially ruled her death a suicide or a tragic accident, but her family immediately challenged that conclusion, launching an intense fight for the truth. They raised serious concerns. The apartment had reportedly been cleaned before investigators arrived, furniture and belongings moved, and forensic protocols ignored. Security footage showed Ivana being carried into the elevator.
It was as if she was very loose morals, would go out anybody. That was all not right. And so this was clear vindication of a young 18-year-old girl who wanted to just go on with a beautiful life.
She had spent the night at the home of a wealthy expatriate couple who later gave contradictory statements about what happened behind closed doors. In April 2019, a Malaysian coroner's court ruled her death was caused by persons unknown, rejecting suicide or accident. Yet as of mid-2024, no criminal charges have been filed and no official criminal case has concluded. Ivana's parents have pursued legal action in both Malaysia and the Netherlands. Her story remains open, dominated by questions, unresolved by justice, and carried forward by those who refuse to stay silent. They called her the Russian Rapunzel, a title earned not just for her flowing chestnut hair, but for the fairy tale ascent of her modeling career. At 20, Ruslana Korshunova had walked for Nina Ricci, appeared in Vogue, and split her time between Manhattan and Moscow. But on June 28, 2008, she fell from the 9th floor of her downtown Manhattan apartment. Police quickly ruled it a suicide. No signs of a struggle, no note, just silence. Still, those closest to her questioned that story. Her mother insisted Ruslana had been in good spirits, excited about new projects, even planning a trip home. Others pointed to her involvement with Rose of the World, a personality development group critics described as intense and emotionally destabilizing. Her final online messages read, "I'm so lost."
При всем при том, что это финансовый район дорогой, да? Не нашлось ни одной камеры, которая бы могла зафиксировать. Это был день, нет ни одного свидетеля, который бы что-то видел и мог бы прояснить ситуацию.
Ruslana's death remains surrounded by sorrow and speculation. She was the girl who graced runways and magazine covers, and then disappeared without warning, leaving a heartbreak no camera could capture. She was 21, a rising star in Hollywood, best known for her role in the sitcom My Sister Sam.
Hi, I'm Patty Russell, and this is my sister Sam. I just moved in. We haven't lived together since we were kids. I was raised by her aunt and uncle. Yeah, things sure have changed. I used to dress her. I can't wear this out in public. This makes up for the haircut you gave me when I was 3.
With a background in modeling and a promising acting career ahead, Rebecca Schaefer had just landed a film audition she was excited about. She never made it. On July 18, 1989, an obsessed fan, Robert John Bardo, tracked her down. He had hired a private investigator who obtained Rebecca's address from DMV records, a loophole that, at the time, left celebrities frighteningly exposed. Bardo rang her doorbell and shot her point blank the moment she opened the door.
Her left squirted up, and she was just screaming. She was going, why? Why? She's screaming. She's just straight screaming. I'm just going, why? Why?
Rebecca died in her Los Angeles apartment building's doorway. Her murder sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry and beyond. In the aftermath, California enacted its first anti-stalking laws. Nationwide reforms followed, including major changes to privacy protections. Her legacy isn't just the roles she left behind, but the lives she helped protect, simply by existing and being targeted so publicly. January 3rd, 2010. The final hours of a New Year's weekend in Miami, and 26-year-old model Paula Sladewski had spent the night at Club Space with her boyfriend Kevin Klim. They argued. He was removed from the club first. Paula stayed behind and walked out alone. It was the last time she was seen alive. Hours later, a burned body was discovered in a North Miami trash dumpster. The remains were so badly charred, identification was only possible through dental records. It was Paula.
I couldn't tell you the mindset of the person who would set another human being on fire. It was a brutal crime.
The only thing left of her remains were some body piercing and some earrings.
Things happen, crimes of passion, but you don't go out to destroy them or their memory that horrifically.
Witnesses described seeing a woman who matched her description with an unidentified man outside the club, but no surveillance captured the murder, and no one was ever charged. Police later admitted missed opportunities in the investigation. While Kevin was questioned, he was not charged and passed a polygraph. As of today, the case remains unsolved. Paula's life ended in violence and mystery, and the silence surrounding her death still echoes. They lived for the spotlight. Bathed in adoration, their beauty immortalized in glossy spreads and runway flashes. The world worshipped them, coveted their grace, envied their seemingly perfect lives. But behind the dazzling smiles and designer gowns, some were running from nightmares, fixated admirers, brutal lovers, and the murderers who would end them in bloodshed. Their savage deaths serve as a chilling warning. Fame's glow can't outshine true darkness. Though their lives were stolen too soon, their stories scream from crime scene photos and cold case files. May your terror finally be over. We may never comprehend such cruelty, but your legacies haunt the fashion world's darkest corners. Thank you for watching.